going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Midwest Meltdown. It's your boy, Zach.
Yes, Josh. If you try to stay in place, you typically don't move your eyes.
Well, that's the thing. Towards the end, I had to look over to see if you were smiling, and I was like, it's getting him. He's
Got
falling
him.
for it. He's falling for it. All right. Lead us on with an ad read here, Josh.
All right. This episode is presented by Jerky Pro, the official jerky of esports. Winners of the 2017-2018 National Jerky of the Year Award, Jerky Pro was founded in 2015 by military and paramilitary veterans and uses only top quality beef to make their jerky. Jerky Pro offers both regular and a more tender shredded version of their jerky that comes in regular, teriyaki, red hot, peppered, honey glazed, and the infamous nuclear jerky. Go to jerky.pro and use the code MWMJerky, all caps, to get 5% off your entire purchase and snag the best jerky and possibly that t-shirt in the world.
Oh, my God. I had to stand with my leg. I was basically like mid-squat with one leg
Oh, yeah.
the whole time. I literally put this shirt on purpose so you can get that ad read going. Oh, that was like actually a workout. Oh, wow. Legs are burning. All right. Josh, I want to start us off with a nice little story I think you're going to enjoy.
I think I'm going to hate it.
That's fair. Okay, you ready? This is a story of a little boy named Josh. No, there was a girl who traded for a pro hockey stick. Guy's name is Igor Sharangovich on the Calgary Flames.
That's the girl's name? Oh.
This is the guy's name, hockey
Okay.
player. He's on the Calgary Flames. He is a big Lego guy.
Okay.
And she knew this. So she brought a PEUGOT 9x8 24H L-Mans hybrid supercar Lego set
Yeah, I've seen that.
to a game and traded him for his stick.
That's almost a one-to-one trade.
That's what I was kind of thinking. I'm like, with the price of sticks. So the for people, for reference, if you go back a few episodes, Josh showed us the Ford Raptor that him and Morgan built, where it's got the wheels, the suspension. It's like an 18 plus build. This is the exact same thing. No, obviously not the exact same car.
Technic series is what you're looking for.
There you go. Technic series. And it's $200 on Lego's website.
Yeah.
And if you think about like a hockey stick, like a high-end stick that those guys use, basically a good one for one.
Yeah. My only problem is that the professional athlete took the $200 Lego from the child. Did he give it back? He gave it back, right?
No. He kept it, and then him and one of the teammates on the team, they bond together by building Lego.
I hate that story.
Really?
Dude, he makes bajillions of dollars. And it's a kid, and she goes and buys a $200 Lego set and be like, I'll trade you. Like, the cool thing, dude, would be like, oh, okay, take a quick pick, and then give her the Lego back and the stick.
But she knew what was up. Like,
yes, I commend her for knowing what is up, but as the person who makes bajillions of dollars, for the love of God, give the kid the Lego back.
How are
you going to sit there and look at me and not agree with me?
Because at the end of the day, getting a stick from a player, that's pretty tough and a pretty high.
That doesn't diminish that. But yes, but like, come on. Like, are you kidding me?
Well, again, I understand it, but I just think like a trade is a trade. How is she ever going to learn in the real world?
From her parents.
What?
From her parents.
She's going to learn that if you do a trade for a trade, you should just expect everything in return?
Oh, my God. No. Clearly not that.
Just saying. Just got to learn. Hey, trade's a trade.
God.
You get a stick. You get the Lego set. Pretty much a 1-for-1. Good trade. Oh, don't worry. You get to keep the Lego set. Is that how the real world works?
It's not the real world. Professional athletes don't live in the real world. So your argument is flawed from the ground up.
No, I'm saying the premise of it, though. Just at its foundation.
Proper bartering and goods for services and fair deals are not taught at NHL games.
Well, they are now. They are now. Because this one right there, that story, that girl's going to go home and she's going to grow up now and go, yeah, fair is fair. She's not going to expect too much, expect it all in return. It's going to be Boom. I get it. I know how it works.
I'm not saying that should expect or not have expected anything. Me, I am expecting an adult who
Oh,
lives in the real world going, wow, dude, you make way more money than you know what to do with. Really gonna take the kid's freaking Lego?
yeah. Yeah. He took it and he walked back into like the locker room and he like put it by his stall. They then showed later a picture, so you like how you and Morgan have like those little uh the little landscapes,
Yeah.
cityscapes. Uh
Skylines, yeah.
he has one where it's the Eiffel Tower, but it's I mean like the size of a small child.
That's that's the Eiffel Tower.
Well, no, that's what I mean. I was just trying to think of like in
Yeah,
relation. But
that
yeah,
one's like $600. And
that's
he can
insane.
afford that because he's a professional athlete.
I mean, if you think about it, that's a pretty expensive hobby.
If I think about it, I'm living it. It's
I
very
mean,
expensive.
when you get like well, right. I'm saying like if you continue to buy like the high end ones. I mean, you do buy some very expensive ones. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying like start buying like the lifes like the the Eiffel Tower and like the actual those ones. Where do you have that in your house?
I'm at the we're in the top tier. We've purchased some of those.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
What's the most expensive one you bought? One of those cars?
Excuse me. Swallowed incorrectly. Into
Ooh,
the
that sucks.
trachea. Got to rally. The large
I
Disney
don't know
castle.
why. I don't know why you drank like mid big year topic.
I don't know.
Could take a pause.
The large Disney castle.
Where's that located?
It's in the box.
So you guys haven't built it yet?
No. No, it's
Tell
gonna
us
take
more
forever.
about what the most expensive one you ever bought was, and tell us about it in pure detail. I want top to bottom what it is.
You really got to check out the video for this one, otherwise it's gonna be a lot of
Take your
stupid sounds on
take-
the podcast.
Take your time. We're on the air.
Sorry. No. I got the big Disney castle, which
Okay.
was a large amount of money. I got it for our anniversary.
Oh gosh. What's like the? I mean, what's the actual like scale of it? Not this. I'm like genuinely asking. What is the actual like scale of it?
I don't remember the dimensions, but I think it's going to be around 3-ish feet wide.
Oh shit.
Maybe 2.5 feet tall. I don't remember what they are. Obviously, we didn't build it yet, but I don't remember what it said.
Damn, that's actually pretty big.
It's going to be large.
Very cool. Do you know what castle in the real world the Disney castle is based off of?
Cinderella's castle.
Do you know what that castle's based off of? Like the actual like realistic, real world castle that the Disney castle is based off of?
Why are you referencing Cinderella's castle? Because they have like 4.
No. Well, actually, no, I don't know. What's Cinderella's castle?
Cinderella's in Orlando. Snow
No,
White
oh
is
Jesus,
in
no,
Anaheim.
Jesus, no. I'm talking like in another country, real world like castle that was built, not like in the park anywhere.
Now, what are you asking me?
Oh, like
is it
the
based
sorry, yes, it is Cinderella. Yes, the main castle in the center of the park.
off? At which park?
Well, in the center of Disney, in the center of Disney World.
Disney has more than one park.
But B, I'm
and
telling
they have
you,
more than one castle.
and I promise you, this castle, like the castle, is actually at the center of Disney World. Look it up. Like
Disney World. That's the answer I was looking for.
I said Disney World. Go back.
No, you didn't.
Go back to the tape. I said Disney
I
World.
will, and you didn't because I kept
Right,
asking
I
you
did.
which one. They have.
I said
more
the one
than
in Disney World.
Which one?
The one in
They
the
have more
center of
than
Disney
one.
World.
You did not say Disney World because that would have given me my answer. Snow White's castle is in Anaheim. Cinderella's castle is in Orlando. Belle's castle is in the one in France, and I do not remember the one that's in Shanghai. That's why I kept asking. Which one are you asking me about?
Review the tape.
I will.
I swear I said Disney World.
You swear up and down all you want.
Yes.
You swore that you checked the webcam on your other computer too.
I did. I mean, to
You
be
wanna
fair,
tell
actually.
You want to tell everybody about that?
Oh, I mean, I was basically doing so. Coming up, I'm starting my new job soon, and one of the classes I'm taking for training purposes is virtual. So it does like I had to do a half-hour training to like make sure your microphone works, make sure your camera works, blah blah blah. So I go to like check my camera, and I'm like the life of me, I'm like I can't get it to work. I'm like I'm looking at this thing up and down, left, right, and center. I'm like I cannot. I'm going to my drivers, all this stuff. Well, it turns out there is because I'm on my old work laptop. It was much more distinct. There's a slider on the newer laptops that you can cover up your camera because creeps then can't hack you and look at you. And on my new work laptop, there's the same thing, except it's like a very, very small grooved piece of plastic that pretty much lines up directly with the camera, of the laptop screen. So unless you look at it from exactly the right angle, you really won't know it's there until you actually put your hand up and then you go, oh shoot, and you can slide it over. Who knew?
The entire important part of the story is that you called me and told me, and I go, "Are you sure it's not covered?" And then you went and looked again, and it was
Because well, here's the other thing though too. So the plastic on my old one that actually went to cover up the screen again was like an actual piece. Like it was probably like the length from like my tip of my finger to the big knuckle.
I
And
you explained that very well.
so what I'm saying though is that on the new one, when you asked if it was covered or not, the actual piece that covers it is like the literal size of the screen. It just goes bloop, bloop.
Learn how to look. I don't know. I mean,
I'm telling you, the reason I swore up and down is because I truly did look for everything,
and
I
you sure
just
you
missed it.
truly believed that you said Disney
Oh,
World,
I
but you kept
did.
saying
Oh, I
Disney
know.
Castle,
You're gonna
which is
go back.
why I'm sitting here. I'm like, I'm going freaking crazy.
You better not edit this because I swear
I
You
won't.
go back.
I will put like legitimate money on it because I'm
It.
sitting here waiting for you. Like, which one are you talking about? You're like the Disney Castle, the one that's in the middle. I'm like, which one?
All right. I swear I said Disney World.
You've sworn you said a lot of things.
That's fair. And this
So
one,
what is the answer to the question being, what castle is Cinderella's castle in
Cinderella's
Disney World
castle is based off of. There's a castle in Germany. I think it's actually a part of the Civ game. It's like a wonder that you can build. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but it's like Neufschanzen. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
If you look it up, it's a really cool castle up on the side of a cliff. And they said that was the main inspiration for Cinderella's castle. It's like yeah, and again like Neuschweisen. Someone can correct me on how to actually pronounce it. I did take German. I would just have to look at the actual word again to try to pronounce it properly. But yeah, it's really cool though. They said that was like the primary inspiration for her castle.
Where did you learn that?
What's that?
Where'd you learn that?
Just I honestly don't know. Just heard it somewhere, saw it somewhere, read it somewhere. Something that just kind of stuck with me. You do know that under Cinderella's castle in Disney World, there's like a coin that signifies the exact center of the park, right? Or like of the entire park. Did you know that?
No, I can't say I would have known that.
I saw in like some documentary about Disney. It was just like one of those like behind the scenes things. And there's if you walk in the if you walk through the castle, so if you're going like across that little like drawbridge, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, there is at one point if you look down, and it's literally just like a coin, maybe size of maybe $50, so you do have to actually look for it. That is like deemed the center of all of Disney World.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so quick stat correction here. So Cinderella's castle is at Disney World.
Yep.
I was incorrect. It's Sleeping Beauty. So Aurora's castle is at Disneyland in Anaheim.
Okay.
There's another Cinderella castle at the Tokyo Disneyland.
Okay.
Belle's castle is in Paris, and
Okay.
the Castle of Magical Dreams is at Hong Kong. I'm sorry, not Shanghai.
Castle of Magical Dreams. Okay. Wait, so there's a Disney in France, or is there just
France,
her
yeah.
castle? Oh,
Yep.
really?
It's just like because they all have a castle at them, obviously.
That's just like random though that it's just France. Like,
Well, Sleeping Beauty or Beauty and the Beast takes place in France.
oh, I mean, right, but still, like, again, like what? Well, again, like I just said, like Cinderella's castle in Disney World is literally based off an actual castle in Germany. Like that, like if there's ever grounds to like potentially put a park somewhere in another country, it could be Germany. Just for that reason alone. Come to Disney World, where the actual inspiration for the true Disney World castle is.
Yeah, but then you'd have to make another Disney World, and that would kind of take away from the original Disney World.
Well, I mean, there's Disney. You said there's, well, I guess Disneyland, and you know what I mean. You could just you could rename it something to call it whatever you want. You're Disney. To call it Disney World 2.0. I don't know.
I'm gonna assume they looked
It's
at
5.0.
which countries they wanted to put their parks into and had some sort of reason.
Yeah, it's just franchise. I mean, again, outside of Beauty and the Beast, like that's pretty much it, right?
Whoa, that's a major Disney film. Which German Disney content are you justifying putting it in Germany?
I don't actually know if anything actually does take place in Germany or not. I really don't know.
There's not that
Oh,
I know of.
I was like, gee, there
I
isn't.
mean, there really isn't. So
I
you're
thought
like,
you were
well,
like,
aside from Beauty and the
yeah,
Beast,
but I thought you were
what?
like extra confident, being like, there isn't. I checked. Like, I know.
Regardless of how I said
No,
that,
no, no.
my
I
point
know,
is,
I
you're
know, I
like,
know.
well, why would they do that?
Your
Why would they do
initial
Germany?
your initial response to me was so like, I've watched and I know every single Disney movie possible, and there's no
I've pretty much watched them all.
fair, fair.
I mean,
All right, fine. Well, fine, whatever. Guess you fucking know Disney.
yeah.
Whatever, dude. All right, moving on. Moving on to actually what I'm really, really excited for. So, as you guys all know, Josh and I are like pretty good friends. Do this occasionally, known each other for some time. What would you say, Josh? Good friends, acquaintances?
More like work associates.
I was gonna say work associates probably safer, but work family. I don't know. I don't know. So what I wanted to do, and I had the idea for this, was to put our friendship or work associationness to the test and see how good of friends we are. So what I did is I went online and just looked up just a general best friend quiz to try to see how well we know the other person, basically.
Mhm.
So I came up with 10 questions. Now this is just from like a spattering of a couple different quizzes. So obviously there's other questions I'm sure we could do, but this was just the 10 in my opinion, 10 best to see who knows who better if not knowing each other the best.
This is not a black pen.
It's not a black pen.
It was like bright green.
Oh Jesus. Hey dude, use it. Use it for whatever use it for whatever you want.
No, I'm an adult.
But you have it though.
My first answer, or like I have to come up with my answers, is already difficult.
Wait, you have your oh wait, are you saying when you came up with them, or are you still have to come up with them?
I'm coming up with them right now.
Oh Jesus.
It's happening in real time.
All right. Well, to be fair, I have my answers written down already.
That's what I'm saying. Is I'm just writing them down so they're readily available.
Okay. So are you ready, Josh?
I'm always ready.
I can't wait for us to get literally everything wrong.
Me neither.
All right. First question. Want me to go to you? Want me to serve to you first?
Yes.
All right. What color car am I most likely to drive?
Charcoal or gunmetal or gray.
This is free reign.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, like you could, you. I don't want to say like one color and then you're like, well, actually, it's slate.
Oh,
but I'm just saying like my answer is
to be very clear, it is a color.
Yeah, so I'm going to say gray or variation on that. So like a gunmetal or like a charcoal or something like that.
Nope.
Okay.
Hit it.
I was writing down my answers.
I told you to get ready, man. Show's going off the rails. No, the answer is red.
Just You've never owned a red car.
I know. Because here's the thing: is when you go to like look at cars or look at like anything at like dealerships and stuff. If you want a specific color, you then have to like pay extra to get it into that color if they don't have one in stock. So like, I mean, yeah, my car right now is like a charcoal gray, I guess you can call it, like charcoal black, whatever. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like that color. That's why I picked it. But if I had the ability to just pick any color I want and not have any worry about money, anything like that, red, 100%.
I mean, red's not terribly uncommon.
I know. I'm telling you, I was looking at the dealership I went and got my car at. Red was not there, and it broke my heart. Trust me, I would love to do it, but so 0 for 1.
I'm just trying to think.
I was gonna say, you're like looking at me?
It just seems weird that you couldn't find your car in red.
I agree.
All right. Your turn.
I know. Ask me.
You have to answer for me now.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like reread the question.
All right.
Jeez. Well, no, never mind. Fuck it. I'm
What,
gonna go right. No, forget it.
what color car
No.
am I most likely to drive?
I was all. I mean, 'cause this is just knowing what your favorite colors are. I was always thinking like that. I don't know the exact what you call it,
Yeah, see, you run into the same problem I had.
but that like
What
light
color?
blue that you're always a fan of.
That is my favorite color. But the car I'm most likely to drive is black.
Hmm. Okay. I did have that in the back of my head of thinking like, oh, he could just stick like to like a black or charcoal gray, something like that.
Yep.
Wow, we suck. Okay, so this next one, I'm gonna have to read off options, but this was one that I had sent to Josh that was kind of like a multiple choice, just because I feel like if we were to ask it straight up, it would be pretty tough to like nail down exactly what it. So the question is, what vacation am I most likely to choose? And between all of those, the options are 5-star resort in the Bahamas, hiking with a backpack in the Alps, package tour around Europe. I think that's supposed to be backpacking. I think this quiz messed up. Motor motorbike journey across Southeast Asia or staying at home.
Okay.
Josh, your answer, please.
I thought you were going first.
I just read it to you. So what vacation am I most likely to go on?
Oh, I thought the order was that you were going to answer for me first, and then so on and so forth.
Well, no, we didn't do that last time. Last question. I mean, we could flip it now.
Oh, you're right. My apologies.
Okay. I was like, we can review the tape again.
I will say a package tour through Europe.
That is correct.
I know you love packages.
Dude, I love me some packages. I have always thought about, and here's the thing, the idea of backpacking through Europe would be pretty crazy. However, the only thing that I would hate the most is the hostels, which I would not stay at. I would
Oh
do
yeah,
everything
no,
in my
no
power
thanks.
to not do that.
Yeah, that's a hard pass for me.
I would make sure I'd book it to where it'd be like an Airbnb type stay everywhere. Yeah, the
Yeah,
hostels.
no thanks.
Nope. Sleeping with 20 different strangers who I have no affiliation with whatsoever. And all my stuff's laying there. No, thank you.
All my stuff, like my organs
Like, well, that's it.
and
Like,
my
literally everything about me
yeah.
is right there for the taking. Okay. So now for you, I'm literally between two and I hate it. I'm so between two. I know it's 50-50.
Well, I got my finger on the wrong button, so
All right, I'm gonna. Regis. Can I ask the audience? I'm gonna go 5-star resort in the Bahamas. Staying at home. Damn! Come on! I get half a point.
you get nothing.
I was so like, I'm like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna actually say, I'd rather just stay at home, dude.
I would.
Well, like,
I have an awesome house. I have two
oh,
awesome dogs, an awesome wife, and everything I could ever want is under this roof. That doesn't mean I don't like to go on vacation, but that's what I
so
would
much.
most likely want to do
I
is
freaking hate you.
stay at home and hang out, and
You're
we can build Legos. We'll play video games together. We'll cook something. It'll be great.
you're unbelievable.
I guarantee you, I am not the only person who thinks that.
Comment down below what you would do: a 5-star resort in the Bahamas, or would you rather stay at home? God,
Well, to be fair, now you're talking about my home.
I literally sat there.
The other people might not have cool homes.
Hey, I mean, that's comment down below if you also have a cool home or not. Give us details. I sat there. I saw that option. And I'm like, he's gonna do it. I was, dang it. All right.
So far, I have 1. You have 0.
All right. 1 to 1.5. 1 to a half. Here we go.
Wrong.
All right. Half serving 1. When sad or upset, what is the best way to comfort Zach?
This one is a tough one.
This one I'll kind of give you some leniency on because I do know there's a little bit I think that can go into it. But I think if you get into the ballpark, I think you'd be okay.
It's a hard question to answer because I don't think the answer is necessarily that specific.
Right. I put down just a general what I would do, but then there would be like more to it, I think.
Yeah, because it's like I think that regardless if you were just like, okay, hey, let's hang out and do this, like watch a movie that we like, play a game that we like, a video game, play a board game that we like, go to a restaurant that we like it doesn't matter as long as you're just doing a different activity that you enjoy, which makes it super broad. But if you want to make me pick one, I can pick one if you have one of those, if it's more
No,
specific.
go ahead.
I would say I think I would go with like movie, like something to sit and watch. I don't think it's going to be games.
So I did have movie down. I technically crossed it out because I did see another option for like go for a drink, but I would definitely do like movies and a drink or something.
Yeah, that one's kind
Something like
of broad.
That's the thing. I know because yeah, like the question itself is good, but I was like, yeah, because once I saw like Reddit more like that, I was like, oh, I can
Yeah.
get really out there. Now for you, my initial thought was instantly to do um wings and games.
Yeah, I just had games on here.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
get a little added bonus in there
yeah,
because I'm like, oh, if B's upset, like let's go get some wings.
that's true. I'll give you that one.
Then B will
I'll
turn
give you
around and
that
be
one
like,
for putting down a better answer than what I put down.
B will turn around and go, you say wings, and then he'll be all better.
Yeah.
This next one I absolutely love, and we better both get it.
Okay.
What app does Zach use most often?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna change my answer now that now that I understand the question a little differently
It's an
because
app.
it because it is an app and I wasn't thinking
It's
that. So here
it's
I'm
an app.
crossing out my answer.
I
I'm
knew you
writing a
weren't
new
going
one,
to. I knew you weren't going to think it.
and now okay, Facebook Messenger.
Yes.
Yes.
Same thing for B because Josh does not text
Double ding.
except
I
for
had,
the one day that the cellular whatever
we
crap
actually
went
talked about
down.
that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh wait,
I had,
wait. Oh, that's what I was thinking about the other day when Instagram and Facebook like went down
oh yeah, that too.
for whatever reason. You had to like
Yeah,
text me, and I didn't know what the hell was happening.
yeah. I had Spotify written down when I wasn't thinking of Messenger as its own app.
Oh,
That'd be my answer. That'd be for me. Spotify's for me.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think outside of that, because like, yeah, Messenger. I think if I literally went back and looked at my phone and what app I use the most, I think if you like, because technically speaking, I could like, oh, Hulu or
Yeah,
YouTube but I like, they're apps, but not really.
but
Like,
they
it
are apps, but
is.
it's like it's an extension of you could it's a dumb argument. I know what you're saying, but it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. Comment down below if you think you understand what we're trying to say, because like,
Like
because
yes,
like,
it's an app, but it's
it,
not only an app.
correct.
It
It's
exists on other platforms. So it's like, do you mean just on an app that's on your phone? But then people would comment and go, well, Spotify doesn't exist just on your phone. And then I go, well, you know, same
yeah.
with
I don't know.
Messenger. You could use that on the desktop too.
Technically, yeah.
So I know what you're saying. I don't think we're correct, but regardless, this is our show.
We're
Moving
correct.
on.
We're correct. We're both correct. And nobody can tell us otherwise. It's Messenger. If Zach could travel in time, when and where would he like to go? Now, this was another option one. So let me hold on for our audio listeners. Get you the options.
And video listeners, because this is not on screen.
Fair point. I don't know why, but I just thought, like, yeah, they'll see this.
And if you look at the screen, there's nothing there. So
They'll
I'm going to read it.
see my phone clearly, and they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Idiot. Okay, the options are ancient Greece, medieval France, Victorian England, California in the 60s, somewhere in another galaxy in the year 2200.
Yours is going to be ancient Greece.
Correct.
Nailed it.
That one's easy for me.
That was easy peasy.
Give me anything
Lemon
ancient
squeezy.
like that. Medieval France. Yeah, there's Victorian England. Yeah. No. Yeah. All right, now for you, I mean, I gotta assume somewhere in another galaxy. Okay. I was like, B, I know you, and you're not gonna do this to me.
3-3
Not on live TV. Okay. Uh,
on live PD.
what is Zach's biggest fear? This one could be tough.
I don't. Yeah. This is a very hard one. Why don't you go first? 'Cause I need a minute.
Oh, damn it. I was really hoping you would go first because I was doing the same thing. I'm like, oh, perfect. This gives me some time to filibuster and think in my head of what his would be. What is Josh's biggest fear? Ooh. Biggest fear out of B. Man, I don't know. Is it? No, it can't be. Is it though? I'm trying to like go with the music. Let me hack into the mainframe. Biggest fear for. Do you think your wife knows your biggest fear? Get Morgan in here, see if she knows.
I doubt it.
I asked Teague before we went on, and she didn't know my. She she guessed one, which I guess technically was a fear of mine, but not my biggest one. Oh my god, biggest fear for B. I don't know. Someone breaking into your house and you're gun jamming.
No.
Oh, I don't know. I just thought of something quick. I know that's probably not right, but I was like, I honestly don't know. Because the first thing is to go through all like horror stuff, but you love that stuff.
Right. So that was a terrible guess.
Yeah, so that's not going to be a good guess. So I can't say that.
No, I mean for me, it's like living and like essentially losing everybody's trust. Like people, like letting
Ooh.
people down.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't realize you were going to go that deep with it.
Well, fears. I mean, that's what you ask people what you're actually afraid of. Like, we really think about it. Like, what are you actually afraid of?
That's fair.
You know
Well,
what
I
I
mean,
mean? Like,
here, guess mine, and then I'll tell you what my top two are, or like what my top one is, and then what was below it, which T guessed.
well, my guess that I settled on for you would have been like being alone, like like something happening and you end up on your own, kind of a thing.
So yeah, so that's what T guessed. Technically, my fear is like dying alone.
I just wasn't gonna say dying.
My biggest fear, though, I would have to honestly say pure black darkness.
See, that's the thing. It's not a
Get me
fear
out of here.
to me. Like that's a phobia because it being dark isn't dangerous. Like, we talked about this on
Well,
the first episode of the video show. Like when we went back again, like that's more of a phobia because the darkness in and of itself is not actually dangerous to you. So it's
but
like a phobia. Like I wasn't gonna say spiders. I know
like it
spiders
could
aren't
be.
dangerous to me,
It could be fearful. Like if I'm out in the middle of the woods and it's all pitch black.
but that's different though. You just said darkness because it
Well,
makes it a lot different. Like darkness in your room versus darkness being in the woods. The
no, no,
dangerous
no.
part is being in the woods.
Okay, sure. But my like genuinely like fear though is like I can't see my hand in front of my face. It is like as if my eyes are closed. I hate that.
Yeah, so I would
So
say
fear.
that's more of a phobia because that could apply anywhere. Like that could happen in your house.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
All
Because when you
right.
start applying it to other places, well, that's when it becomes scary.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not scary, but like more based in like, oh, something might actually happen.
I told you about the time I like woke up in pitch darkness at my mom's house. I told you about this, right?
Yeah,
Do you remember that story?
I think so.
I'm gonna tell it well for the listeners too.
Okay.
So there, when I lived with my mom in high school, my room got moved downstairs because I was a big kid, and there were no, as you know, in most basements, there's not windows, and if there are windows, it's like those little, I don't even know what you would call those, like storm drain windows. Is that what that?
Just basement windows.
Okay, I didn't know if there was an actual term for them.
Yeah.
So, but they weren't anywhere
You
in my room.
you better hope they don't turn into storm drain windows.
I mean, who knows? So anyway, so a storm came through and it knocked the power out. Well, in my room, what I had is like an alarm clock that did a pretty decent job at lighting up my room to the point where I could at least like wake up and like, oh, I can see things. So when the power cut, obviously that turned off. So I woke up middle of the night, no idea what happened, and it is pitch black. I genuinely thought I went blind. I could not see anything, and I'm like, I literally went to sleep being able to see stuff. So then what I did is I had to search for my phone, and I found it on the shelf, and I'm like, oh, please God. And I hit the button, and it lit up. And I'm like, oh thank God. It was like a legit sigh of relief. Like left my body. No, dude, you know my eyes suck. All right.
I know.
I didn't know if I was one good sleep away from never seeing again. Okay. When you have bad vision, you can fear that all you want. But for me, that's generally what I was like, oh my God. Not blind. I had it was like 3 a.m. Not blind, everybody. Walked upstairs.
Shut up, Zach.
All good.
Go back to bed, you idiot.
Okay, just know I can see. Shut up.
We don't care.
We don't care. Kind of wish you didn't. What?
Wish you couldn't talk, that's for sure.
All right, moving on. So that was a bit of a tough one. Yeah, I would definitely I'd give that to you.
Okay.
Okay. What wouldn't Zach leave home without?
I don't know, a speaking spell?
My brain.
No, that happens all the time.
T got this one right just because she obviously is with me all the time.
I would say your phone.
Ooh, that's incorrect. Water bottle. My water bottle. Oh, I would every time we go somewhere, I'm always like, Teague, hold this. I can't leave without it. Like, leave it. Technically, yes. Like, obviously, like if you're like, oh, your keys. Well, yeah, obviously to drive my car. Like, oh, your phone. Like to contact. Like, sure. But like to me, if I had left my phone and we were driving somewhere and I like forgot my phone or something, I'd be like, oh, okay. Okay, I could drive back for it technically, but I wouldn't like think to myself like, oh, I'm missing my phone. Like water bottle, I need my water all the time. Every time we leave, I like make an effort. I'm like, here, if I'm like locking up my tea, hold this. I can't forget it.
Okay.
T calls it my like. She sent me a video of a guy who did the same thing, and he calls it his like safety water bottle or like comfort water bottle. He like takes it on a plane. He's like, "This is my comfort water bottle." Like like those like.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. Well, you weren't responding, so I had to make sure you understood.
It was just incredibly stupid.
This is not.
So I was trying not to respond, to not be negative, and you forced it out of me.
Unbelievable. This is why sometimes I repeat myself because I get that out of you. Just
like, do you get it? Yeah, I get it. Christ.
Oh, did you say something? Holy crap, man. Anyway.
Go ahead, Meg.
I mean, for you, it's got to be your sunglasses. Or your hat.
No.
I mean, there's like your phone.
Nope.
One of your buns?
No.
I don't know then.
My keys. I always like to have my keys even if I'm not driving my truck.
Oh, wait, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. That's weird. All right, fine. Keys, I guess.
Makes me feel more mobile.
I literally just didn't guess that, though, because I'm like, well, it's not going to be his keys because he has to take it when he drives.
No, I mean, like, even when I'm at work, my keys don't, some people, like, have, like, a locker or a desk or whatever. My keys stay on me.
Oh, okay.
So my keys, I walk around the hospital and stuff. My keys are always with me. My keys do not stay in a central location that I'm not at. My keys stay on my person.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Josh can't leave home without his keys. Ooh. Like a deep burp. Sorry. Okay. So, okay, moving on. Keys. Stupid. What is Zach's favorite pizza topping? I have two. And if you guess one of them, that's fine.
Sausage.
That's right. I put sausage and green pepper.
I knew it was sausage for sure.
Give me a good sausage and green pepper pizza, dude. It's gone. Like, forget about it. You know what's funny is Eliza has been at my door for the past 10 minutes, and all I hear is doom, doom.
She's just wants to be part of the show, apparently.
I know, like I'm about ready to go let her in if she does it one more time. But all right, for you, I gotta say a pepperoni. Like that's a no brainer.
That's easy, yeah.
That's easy. I just wanted to get us on the board, honestly.
5-4 right now.
I was like, I wasn't really sure how we would do, so I'm like, I gotta give us a layup at some point. So I'm like, let's just throw that in there. We clearly know that one. What is Zach's favorite genre of movie? I asked this to Teague, and she was between two, and she guessed wrong. Can I guess yours while you're thinking?
Yeah, please.
It's horror movies.
Nope.
What is it then?
Sci-fi. You should know that based on my top 5 favorite movies. Like that's you should absolutely know that.
You got it, buddy.
I know. That's on you.
Watch The Conjuring 2 when he goes to sleep, except somehow loves sci-fi more.
As a genre. What's your favorite genre? Does it say what's your favorite movie? Either way, The Conjuring's still not it.
I'm not saying it's The Conjuring.
But you said, oh, we watched one movie when you were
in the times we've hung out, we are way more likely to watch a horror movie than a sci-fi movie.
Yes, because we have seen all the sci-fi movies many times.
Guess mine.
I'm gonna say I don't know if this is an actual genre, so you'll understand what I'm getting at. But like anything that is centered around real events, true events, so like historical pictures and stuff like that.
Okay, I'll give it to you. It's technically historical dramas.
I was gonna say that phrase,
Okay.
but I'm like, I don't know what phrase I'm looking for. But
that's fair. Because the other option that Teague guessed was sports movies.
No,
which is a very close second.
It's close, but it's
close
not
second. Well, I'm gonna text Teague here.
That ain't it, homie.
Nah, dog, that ain't me. Yeah, honestly, anything history, I will sign me up. Like
I already did.
Hands down. All right. So I can't win, right? It's over.
It is.
Were you in the lead or
6-4?
Yeah. All right. This last one's worth 2,000 points.
Oh, okay.
What kind of superpower would Zach like to possess the most?
I think it might be the same.
No way.
Teleportation.
Technically, no. Mine's flying.
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
Yes. Like, I know the idea of teleportation would be very cool. However, I've always liked the sensation of flying. Like, if I'm like in the air actually cruising around, that'd be lit.
Yep. So my guess is not correct. So
yes.
What's your guess?
So, I mean, is yours teleportation?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I mean, again, like the idea of it, I understand how people can say like, "Oh, they're the same."
They're not the same.
They're not. They're not. Because the reason I like flying is, yes, I would like to go from place to place. That would be a huge reason why. However, just like I've had dreams of like having that sensation of flying, and it's awesome.
No, I'm not saying it's not cool.
I'm like, that would be so lit.
I don't need to waste that time. Just get me there.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, it takes some time. I mean, I'm not saying I fly slow, but I follow the speed limit, obviously.
I don't think you have to.
Oh my god, I'm filibuster for a second. I'm going to let this dog in because she is like, I think she's going to take down my door.
She's going to take down your recording equipment too. That's for sure.
Probably. Liza, what are you doing?
Brief dog interruption.
Holy crap.
I can't turn it down,
No,
moron.
I know. She could hear it through my headphones. Come on. Come say hi to the people. Come say hi to the beautiful people. The beautiful people. Come on, up. Let's go. Up.
This is an
Thank
awesome
you.
segment. There we
she
go.
is. Come here. Come here, you big oaf. Oh. Say hi to the people. Say hi, people. My name's Eliza. Here. Anything you want to say? I just want to say shout out to Ripley and Diggle, my cousins.
Why does she sound like that?
Dude, I have no idea. Liza, what is wrong with you? I have no idea. Wow, dude, that's creepy. Are you okay?
No. Clearly not.
No. No. Probably because she smokes like 10 packs a day.
Seriously.
So that was Eliza, everybody. So final score, Josh, tally it up.
6 me for you.
No, 5. I got one at the end, didn't I? Teleportation.
Oh, yeah. Yep, 5.
Well, now we have to go back and recount everything because now I think you added up wrong. No way you added that up. Dang it, dude. Honestly, though, of all those questions, I feel pretty good about us.
Those were, some of them were a little hard.
We're unique. Yeah, I'm about to say it was pretty tough. I was gonna say comment below your answers with also the question.
Oh,
if everybody else has
like we just gave them all the answers.
No.
Comment those anyway. It'll do great for the comments.
That'd be hilarious, actually. Yeah, like just re-comment all of like, oh, I know what Zach's is. I know what Josh's is. If someone could please do that for all of them, that would actually be fantastic.
That'd be great.
That'd be hilarious. For many reasons. So yeah, so I think overall that was pretty tough. But I think worst case, 50%. For me, 60% for you.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid. We're two pretty unique individuals too.
Yeah.
Eliza.
I'd say that's true.
You came in here, you're staying in here now until the recording's over. This is how this is working.
No, you're stuck.
Do you want Dad to talk to Uncle Josh about how much Zach Dad hates dealerships?
No.
Because we could.
We're not.
Why? I want to tell the people how much I hate it.
No. A, I don't want to talk about that. B, I don't want to talk about it again.
Okay, fine. Then we'll talk about how crappy health insurance is.
No.
I'm just trying to think of topics I know you want to talk about. Because I know you.
I don't want to talk about either of those, ever.
Oh, shoot. I know that.
What else you got?
Well, that's the thing. I did have that down. The other thing I was going to say, ironically enough, even though, and I know it is funny when we do this, but so obviously, as you guys know, Josh and I talk every single day, and I did bring this up to him today on the phone as a talking point. And the reason I did was because this particular system that I asked him about, which apparently I've asked him about multiple times of the best-selling console ever, just turned 24 years old a couple days. At the time of this recording, it's like 24 years and like a couple days.
That doesn't feel that shocking. It's PlayStation 2, by the way, for everybody who's wondering.
PlayStation, number one selling console of all time.
We know.
Still is. Hey, a lot of people might not know that.
A lot of people know that.
Comment down below if you knew that.
If you cared, you knew. That is how I would say.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
24 years, though.
I don't know. That doesn't seem that shocking to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, sitting here at age 30 and knowing that system is 24 years old, that is crazy. It's just crazy to me to think that. Like, the PlayStation 2 is 24 years old.
What was the first game you played on a PlayStation 2?
NHL ESPN National Hockey Night 2002.
That's actually the first game?
First game. Because of and I know this, and the reason I remember this was because the PS2 had just come out. My brother and I had gotten home from school, and my dad had talked to us about it days prior, about how he wanted to get a PS2, and then he wanted to get that game and play it.
The PS2 did not just come out then. Your brother would have been 3.
Or sorry. I didn't mean just come out. I apologize. A couple years after.
Like,
I apologize.
No to this entire story.
I apologize. It has been a long day. It's been a long day. No, it did not just come out. Sorry, the game had just come out.
I didn't get one until I was in middle school, which
PS2.
yeah, it was a
Oh
long
wow.
time. So it was out for a long time by the time I actually got one. I'd
Right.
played it. First game I played when I had mine was the Spider-Man game that was out for PS2,
Oh, okay.
and then I
I,
played Tony Hawk's Underground right after that.
okay. Fair. I was gonna say Tony. Yeah, I was gonna say where's the Tony Hawk in there?
Yeah, Tony Hawk's
No,
Underground,
the
favorite
re-
one.
the reason I remember this so much too is because so obviously again at this time the PS2 had been out for some time, and then when they released this game, my dad was so pumped to get it because you could kind of make out guys' faces, and it
So
had like the
realistic.
whole like intro and the guys coming out of the tunnel, and there was like the steam and all that. We thought looking at that on screen, we thought that was like the coolest, most realistic thing we'd ever seen in like, and obviously at that point in a video game, but like it's so weird to think now how you can literally tell what player you're playing because they actually take their face and
Right, right.
put it in the game. But yeah, like it's funny to think that we're sitting there, we're like, oh my god, you can kind of see his nose. This is crazy. Like you can see his
That's a triangle. That's a nose.
oh my god, that's it. And then, yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll never forget that though. That was the very first one, um, very first game we ever played. Absolutely loved it. And then we went on to play later MLB 2004, and it was I think a year or two after because at the time in Little League I was on the Diamondbacks. So what we did for fun is I played a season with the Diamondbacks, and the way we made it fun for each other because obviously you can do the pitches and relocate the pitch and all that stuff. So what we did just to make it entertaining is we'd always throw a pitch down the middle, but it was always a mixture of fastball or changeup. And it was like the difference was so dramatic that it literally would like fool you if it truly came as a changeup. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
and you could actually, but if you obviously if you got a hold of a changeup, it was gone.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but no, that was because then yeah, somebody else would play as the other team then, and then one person would play. So we played like a full 162 games. We'd come home from school and play a couple of games and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was the good old days back when gaming was just simple.
I know.
It was just
I. Oh, you saying that just totally
what's that?
just getting emotional.
Josh is about to break down. I wish I could hit the soundboard right now.
No, I've been playing Helldivers 2, like I've told you about. Absolutely in love with it.
Yes.
Super fun. Like seriously, like I told Zach, like this is gonna crack my top 10 favorite games.
Aside from the few negatives that I have seen, I have really seen a lot of it. Has been received very, very well by the community.
It's
People
just
are very pumped with
because you said simple. That's why I'm enjoying it.
it.
It's not PvP, so it's PvE. You play with teammates. Can be your friends, can be randos. It's just I don't know. There's just like it's just fun.
Do you want to know something cool I found out about Helldivers 2 today?
Sure.
So, correct me if I'm wrong here, because it's the only part I'm really not 100% sure on. Is there like a class where you kind of have like a shield of some sorts?
It's not. It doesn't go. It's not a class. It's a piece of equipment you can drop down to equip.
And it's like a huge shield that
It's a bubble
protects
shield.
you from basically anything, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay. So, as seen on IGN and actually shown with video evidence, if you have that on your person in game and say something big's about, so let's say you're getting like surrounded by enemies and you need to drop a huge bomb, but you don't want it to hurt you. The way you can protect yourself and another player, embrace and a hug.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you can literally, with your person who has that, be like, hug me, man, and do the emoji and hug each other. And then they had like a bomb fall and they didn't get killed.
That's hilarious.
And they said it even works with the patch. So it is
That's
100%
So
awesome.
that's why I started talking about this, right? So I'm absolutely in love with it. The community was great.
Mhm.
And
Uh-oh.
we're having tons of fun. This patch came out, and essentially because it's PvE, it's not PvP.
Mhm.
So this whole thing is like
Explain that for the users who might not play video games.
Oh, sorry. So like a PvP is like a think of like a Call of Duty or a Halo where you're fighting other people online, like
Player be
running
player.
around trying to shoot them. PvE is players in this case versus environment. So it's you and your teammates versus the game, computer enemies.
There.
And so it should make it less stressful because you're not competing against other people.
Right.
Right. So like when, like we know, but like when you play multiplayer games like Call of Duty, it gets super competitive. So it's like, well, and we talked about this, you get a point in your life where you come home and whatever, by the time you can play video games, not necessarily looking to grind out these super competitive
I just want
things.
to sit down, play a game.
Not to say that Helldivers 2 isn't challenging, but it is fun working with other people against the computer enemies.
Right. I was
So
going to
whatever.
say, I've seen videos of it. It's not just like a kickback.
Well, the fun
And
part
chill
is it
type
has
game.
9 difficulties.
Oh,
So you can tailor the experience to what you want. And it's difficulty 1, and beating it is still fun. And I've only done extreme, which is 6.
Okay.
It's fun for different reasons.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I just love this game. Well, this patch came out that essentially brought down some of the more powerful stuff, so
Okay.
it made it more appealing to use the other weapons and items.
Okay.
So people were using and I hate this term, but I'm going to use it because that's what people know it as. People were using a meta, being this one particular weapon, these one particular pieces of equipment, and these one particular essentially things.
It's what worked the best.
It's the one that was most effective. Well, the developers were like, that's not what this game is about. That's what games like Call of Duty are about: finding the best weapon so you're the best against other people.
Right.
Right. We've heard that a million times talking about that. So they changed it, and people got so mad.
Why?
That they nerfed their stuff, meaning they made it less powerful, yada, 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 yada. And I'm like, the whole charm of Helldivers 2 and why I love it so much is the map, so to say. It's not like you go and pick a level and it's just a level. The map is dynamic in that it's what the whole community is doing.
Right.
So you go over a planet and it'll say, and I'm not kidding with these numbers, 150,000 people are on this planet doing missions.
Okay.
You go over to another planet, 75,000 people are on this planet. So it's like a collective effort. And that's why it was supposed to be fun. We're all doing the same thing. You have these two factions being like these bug aliens and then these robots that are trying to get to, they call it Super Earth. And it's supposed to be fun because we're all supposed to be on the same team. But now everybody is losing their freaking minds. And it's just like, this wasn't what the game was supposed to be about. It wasn't supposed to be about finding the best piece of weapons and equipment and burning through everything.
And see,
it was about teamwork and how these things developed and all this stuff. And I don't know.
And that's
it's
the
just
part that
frustrating.
is annoying, though, with, I guess, competitive. Well, and honestly, I'll correct that. That is what Call of Duty has done that's hurt the community. Because really, if you look
100%,
at it,
100%.
like,
and even Call of Duty is the main perpetrator, but games like that, yes.
But no. It is, because think about it. There really is no other game where there is. I mean, I guess maybe Apex Legends, but like for the most part, though, all these other games, it's all ground loot. So there really is no like meta. You could find a weapon that might be the best, but
it's like, not going to be the one that you're always going to be using.
Correct, which is why I've always said that Call of Duty needs to go back to the Blackout days, which is Call of Duty's first battle royale, and it was all ground loot. There was no loadouts, which to me is how a battle royale should be.
Yeah.
Until they incorporated this like loadout thing, now that's what you're saying. Like now they incorporated this meta into things, which to me ruins it, because then it's like, okay, well, how fast can I level up this gun and get all these?
And then now we're just going to burn through it. It's like, that was never the point of this game.
Right. And to me, I don't know why you would even think that with Helldivers 2. Like, that's just so...
And that's why I'm like, I just don't get it. Like, it's not a competitive game in that manner. It's competitive against, what's going on in the map, which is what makes it fun. Because it's you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit. You're like, oh, the bugs are invading this planet. We got to get there. Because the map changes. So it's as if you're fighting a galactic war, and all of a sudden, the bugs sent reinforcement to this planet. Oh, they're taking over. We got to get back over there and fight them here. And yada yada. It's just like cool stuff like that where it's like it was supposed to be, and it still is. Like, granted, you go on the internet, you only see the negative stuff for the most part. But
well, to me, that's why I like the finals too. That when we got to play it, because again, there is no like meta. It's just like every class has its guns you can get, but like everything is just depending on how you use it. Like how will you use it? Like the heavy, it's like you got the machine gun. Sure, you can get from range, whatever.
Yeah.
But also if you're in close, like flamethrower, like. Good, depending on how you use it, how you want to play.
And this is just, we should have said this at the beginning of this conversation, but like, this isn't even, you don't even have to be in the weeds on gaming to appreciate the concepts we're trying to discuss here. Like,
Right.
it's just a comment on how video games have changed for the worse.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I do completely understand that actually now when I hear Dr. Disrespect when he is playing Call of Duty with like Z and them, and he's like, this game was just boring. And obviously, like I know he'll like jokingly be like, "Oh my god, I can't like," but I truly do think that. Think about it. Like all you do every game, you drop in as fast as you can, get as money as fast as you can, get your loadout. Okay, now you have your weapon that you know is like the meta. That
Right.
just sounds so dull to me. Like that's why, honestly, when we did play it for a little bit, when they had no build mode, we played Fortnite, and it was like fun. I like went
Yeah.
back. I'm like, oh my god, this game's actually fun because you fly around, you just try to find the best
You
weapons.
just gotta figure it out.
Yeah, you have to like find
Like,
out like, oh, over here the chest. Okay, you can go here. Like here's a better weapon. Okay, blah blah blah. Like yeah, and it's just fun. Like because I guess like for example, like even in Rocket League, they say they have a meta, but the meta is just how you play, like the
oh,
style,
well,
like the
that's a little different.
strategy of it.
Yeah.
It's different because it's like okay, it's kind of like how sports have worked over the years. Like, well, the meta back in the 70s was goalies didn't wear a mask, and now
Yeah.
they do. So like, yeah, it's I understand it, but that's again not the same thing.
No, it's just the game is supposed to be fun. Like, video games are supposed to be fun.
You're supposed to have a variety. I
Yes.
mean,
Like,
that's the other annoying part. Is Call of Duty has 1,000 guns,
and you
millions of
only end up using
attachments.
2 of them.
Correct. You literally just keep grinding until you're like, okay, I got the ones that I need.
Yeah.
Like that
And if
just
you
sounds so
and then the
boring.
problem is because then the counter is, well, then don't use it. Well, it's like then I just get fried, and that's not fun either. So you kind of have to.
Well, and honestly, my counter argument to that would then be okay, then developers, stop putting everything in it. Stop wasting your time putting all these other guns in there that you only know people are going to use like 2 or 3
Well, yeah,
of
just
them
then just leave
and
them
focus
too.
on other
Like,
thing else. Like literally focus on the
if
rest
they're
of the game.
so unplayable, yeah. So it was just so frustrating because like the game is 3-4 weeks old, and it's like
Hell ever
everybody
too,
was
yeah.
so stoked on it. And
Mhm.
I so talking to people, like, oh my god, like even the community is cool, which it is. Like all the randoms I played with have been fine.
Yeah.
But seeing what's happening on Reddit and stuff, people, it's just like that. Everybody's
Wow.
like, it's divided now because then people were pissed, and then people were like getting pissed at the people who were pissed because they're like, dude, chill. You know what I
People are
mean?
getting pissed, people are getting pissed.
And then it's like, and then there's this back and forth with the developers who are commenting on social media posts because they're getting pissed off because they're getting berated, and it's just like all around. I'm like, oh my god, please stop, everybody! Like, just play the game. Like, it's a silly game. It really is. Like, it's like over dramatic
And
kind of
then
a thing. Like, it's not. You're not supposed to take it this seriously. That you need to have the best thing at all times. Like,
right.
who cares if you die? I mean,
No, hey, I agree. Who cares that they die are the people who for whatever reason think it's literal life and death of whether or not you
that's the
play
funny
do out of
thing
this
too
game.
is you only progress in the game based on the objectives you complete. You could complete all the objectives and get 1 kill. You get the same amount as if you completed all the objectives and got 500.
Right.
It's about doing those with people. Like people are totally
See,
lost.
and that's where like we talked about this before, but I was talking about how Call of Duty literally is like the center point for gaming news. Like everything. It is the literal nucleus of everything. And this is a prime example. This game, let's just say, for example, Call of Duty never existed, or if it was back into like its older days where you could use different weapons. And sure, certain weapons were better than others, but it was just like, okay, you had this weapon, you had this one, take your pick, like depending on how
Yeah.
you like it or feel. If it truly was like that, we would not be having this conversation right now. People would just be
Yeah.
like, "Oh
Yeah.
man, they nerfed it. Oh, we got to go try to use
Now
it."
we got to
Other
try
weapons
something else.
now."
Yeah.
Yeah, like they wouldn't
Which is
be
the
bitching about
reason
it
why
at
they
all.
did it anyway. Which I'm
Exactly.
like, oh, fine. Okay.
Like go use something like they're like, hey, we put in the time and effort, put all these different weapons in there.
Go
We
try
understand
it.
that certain ones are like overpowered, so we're gonna nerf that for now. Go use different stuff.
Yeah.
And the fact that people are getting upset is just it's just so
It is because I think because people feel like they need to only be able to play on the hardest difficulty and just absolutely torch it. And it's like, if you played the game, which you do have to unlock difficulties. So if you went up incrementally, you should know that that wasn't going to be how it was going to be.
right.
Like, it goes, so extreme is number 6.
Okay.
I want to say I might be wrong, but you'll get the gist. The next one up is Impossible.
Okay.
Is the name of them. The one above that is Suicide Mission, and the one above that is Helldive.
Oh,
So
jeez.
just that they named them that, and you're expecting to have had the most powerful stuff to be able to torch these levels. It's like
Sure.
the whole fun is like, oh, we went in and didn't die for 5 minutes because it's so hard.
This is great.
But that's not just the game, because you can then go back down to a different difficulty and go do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's an option. Like, I played with my neighbor, and I've been playing together a ton, and we dropped into a level and got completely torched. And we were like just dying laughing because it was just like comically bad, like how
Right.
much we got roasted.
Because
by the
again, you're
computer.
enjoying the game, and I think again it comes back generationally speaking. We have grown up in a time where honestly, going right back to the PS2, where games came out and it was just fun to play them. It
Yeah.
was good narrative games. It was great single player type games. But nowadays, it's all about online experience. But honestly, that's the other part. This isn't even a PvP. This isn't
And
even.
that's what I. That's
You're not even
that's what
playing
I
as
mean.
other people,
Like,
and you're still
not,
getting pissed.
exactly. You're taking it the wrong kind of
Like,
seriously.
Oh my god!
Because
All
like,
right, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go
oh,
ahead.
it's just
Finish
like
your
when
point.
you look at the Reddit, the first before the patch, people were just posting silly stuff that would coincided with the lore of the game.
Okay.
Because it's like called Super Earth, so you're all about spreading managed democracy for liberty, for all this, like, again, so over the top. So people would
Sure.
just post this random stuff like, "Oh, you guys, like, this planet's getting taken. We got to spread managed democracy," like stuff like that, just wacky
Yeah,
stuff.
sure.
And that's why I was like, "Oh wow, the community is actually normal." I mean, and I'm gonna call it normal because they're not complaining about everything. Then the patch hit, and now it's just complaining about weapon balancing, and the whole theme was lost.
I will say another reason why I don't go on Reddit.
That's not unfair at all.
Like I don't honestly. I see enough people complaining and crap all over. Be it Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
I mean, that's why I got
X,
on Facebook.
whatever. But to me, Reddit just seems like, just from what you tell me, it seems so much worse. Because now Facebook is just like old people complaining. Like, like I saw my buddy's dad being like, "Oh my god, you see?" I'm like, "Oh no, I didn't, but I did now."
No, I did. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. It's just so disheartening. It's like, dude, you
Yeah.
guys turned your back on this for one patch. Like,
yeah,
the game is still the game.
yeah. Well, I will say this to end on a very happy note: my PS5 that I finally bought will be ready for pickup, I believe, on Saturday, and my awesome wife got me a $25 gift card that I'm going to put towards Helldivers 2. There you go, B.
Okay, so if you're not watching the video podcast, is that he did not tell me that. That was a brand new piece of information.
Because I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, there's like, because the finals is free. And I'm like, I really wanted to play that because we kept talking
Yeah.
about it between you, me, and Lucas. And then you were like, well, let's play Helldivers 2. Like, I know, but it's like $40. And I really didn't want to buy any new games because I have a bunch of like old ones that I still want to play. But then, yes, my wife got me a $25 gift card for
Okay,
a PlayStation Store.
so I know you're trying to wrap up, but since you just told me that, now I
Yeah.
need to tell you this.
Okay.
Lucas and I have been talking about it, and Lucas is like, "Do you think Zach's gonna get it?" And I was like, "I don't think so. It doesn't seem like he wants to do it."
Okay.
Like, I don't know, And he's like, "Well, you got to explain to him, like, it is more of like a social thing because of what I was explaining, where the planets change and you got to
She's
go
right.
and do all that stuff." So he's like, "If you wait, call it a year."
Mhm.
It might not be the same kind of experience. So, like, it's something you don't want to miss the bus on. So he was like, you got to explain that to him. You got to let him know, like, it's this thing that's happening right now, which is another reason why I think the game is so cool. It is kind of like an event almost in gaming,
Sure.
which is why I thought it would stave off some of the BS from online gaming, but I was clearly wrong.
I will say this: it does entice me. It did entice me, at least for the fact that it's $40.
Yeah.
That at least.
Like I said, it is in my top 10. It will likely work its way into my top 5 favorite games of all time.
Which I do have the list here that we can go over next time for everybody who has not gone back to episode 1.
Everybody go back to episode 1.
And sit for 2 hours as we go through our
That was
top
a
10
long
with
episode.
honorable.
Yeah, it was a long
It was
episode.
crazy long. But yeah, so there you go. Ended on a happy note. Yeah. So again, thanks everybody for tuning in this week. Be sure to like this video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Love and all support. And also, Jerky Pro. Don't forget.
I am hungry. I'm gonna go eat some of that.
Dude, I think I know I said it last week. I totally forgot and got sidetracked. I will legit get some this weekend.
I haven't eaten dinner yet, so
Dude, go get some Jerky Pro.
I'm gonna.
All right, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.
Flancha.